All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the errands need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay, and that'll set them back 5.
Let's go.
Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. On second and a long way to go. Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
3rd and long for Prescott. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 180. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Go on.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
Here we go.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
36. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. 65. Check three. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Greystone travel. He's checking.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's got room. Call it an even 20 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. For a running back, that's kind of depressing, right? You get all that yardage, but still no first down.
Well, it was a mile, maybe a mile and a half to the first down mark.
Yeah.
So he did all he could to get there. A little disappointing at the end, but boy, they gave it a great effort, didn't they? Got to give him a little respect for that, don't you?
And he really helped his yards per carry average, that's for sure.
Yeah, quietly, they'll take that.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The sack by Robert Quinn. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
11, 12, fellas. Here we go. Let's make these
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, 35 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides the heat off the corner. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Being chased out left. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Black 80! 54. Here we go, D.
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. He's at the 30, 10, And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Throwing now is Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Here we go. Let's go one more.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. Credit him with a 1 and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down now, it's Coleman. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Here we go.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyrone Crawford able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on first down, Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, That can be demoralizing for a team.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very low. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you, but the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 30. A big play there just before halftime. 63 yards on the ground. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Here's Prescott, and this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Marr able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It's a run by Coleman to start the third quarter, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
Here we go. Wait, I got you.
On first down, Coleman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Niners on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. On third down, here's Coleman. Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on fourth down. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They only got a couple, but a couple is all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, check safety, check safety.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 15-yard touchdown run. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll make it a 2nd down.
Check. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Slide away.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. A big play here for Dallas. 44 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A first down carry by Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Yeah, let's get set.
They go to Elliott again. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. from 21 yards away. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Cowboys 17, 49ers 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Austin. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Check, check. Watch me before. Watch me before. Hey, defense.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
I got you.
They'll run it with Coleman. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. The Cowboys on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The give is to Elliott. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.
Time to bring the bass bird. Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting.
The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Like 80. Mike's 56. I'll get him. Knickers.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. On that quick throw, what do you think? Possibly something they saw at the line to go there?
Possibly in the game plan. And you notice they went with an empty backfield. No backs there to help with pass protection. So you have to have a counter to that because you know they're probably going to bring pressure when they see an empty backfield. So you get rid of the ball quickly. Quick drop, ball's out of the quarterback's hands, keeps it from getting hit, and they get a completion.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Garoppolo looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
12. Go ahead.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. That's good for 28 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here we go.
Now Garoppolo. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the...
And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
On first down, Coleman. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. To throw on 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger. And some space here. There he goes left side. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Gould now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Spins past him. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10 is counter. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand to counter. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Check 13. Check 13. Double bump.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dante Moncrief, 38 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways. But right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Steps away to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 23 yards the pick up there.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15. And the 49er first down.
Here we go. Wait, Edie! I got you.
On first down, Coleman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Hey, gun. Check three.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, spinning away. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 24. Breida to get the third quarter started. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Come on, QB, come on.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got a man, complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers.
Great job, man.
Marquise Goodwin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
blockers. 66. Hey, watch this, watch this. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Why are they touching?
They start with a give to counter, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
That's Samuel, caught left side. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Here we go. I got you. It's serious right here. We got to step.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown run. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Makes the score Niners 38, Steelers 7.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. It's counter as they stay on the ground. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Back now in Pittsburgh, And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They run with Connor, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Play action. Garoppolo. To the right side, caught by Saleh. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
11. Watch the run.
They will run again with Coleman. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
I got this.
On 3rd down, Coleman. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Garoppolo looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it.
The Steelers take
Let's go,
over
baby.
1st and
Let's
10
go.
at their own 10-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Mine's 56.
50. You better be afraid of me. Flash it, run!
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Able to hit his tight end, Grimble. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Roethlisberger got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Dante Moncrief. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Check.
50.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Snickers. Snickers.
Check 56. Watch the run, watch the run.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now they hand off to Coleman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, I know at points of this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.